Dr. Rosemary Adamson-Lewis, welcome to Profile.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here.
No, it is absolutely our pleasure because you have such a long list of accomplishments and I want to share them with our viewers, and I don't want to get anything wrong. So I'm just going to go through them and I'm going to ask you a question right after. The president of the Jamaica Diaspora USA Association.
Yes.
Former treasurer for the Jamaica Diaspora Advisory Board.
Yes.
Jamaican-born and grown board-certified healthcare provider specializing in psychiatric disorders and mental health. We're not finished yet. An associate professor at the university level. You also served as a dean of graduate studies, a board member of Partners for Youth Foundation, Caribbean Anti-Trafficking Committee, Jamaica Diaspora Southeastern USA and Global Humanity Network. We haven't finished. And CEO and founder of Total Healthcare Services and Wellness. So you're listening to all of this, also a mentor, also a motivational speaker. When you listen to all of this, what are you thinking as you hear all of these accomplishments called out?
I am wondering, who is it that you're really speaking about? But then, this is what I want little girls, little roses, to understand that it is possible and that they can do it once they set their mind to it.
And much of your work right now is connected to service.
Yes, service.
So the role in the Diaspora Association is the big role right now.
Yes.
What do you hope to accomplish in it?
To have a deeper engagement between Jamaica and in the southern diaspora, where I see myself continue to give back and to motivate people to let them know, regardless of your beginning, especially if it's humble beginning, it's possible you can make it once you have that mindset.
Why is giving back such a big deal for you?
It's a feeling of satisfaction that you have helped someone to succeed and you're not being selfish. Even though you work so hard to accomplish, you sit back and you look and you figure, I am there, God has allowed me to be there. I want it to happen to someone else.
Now, one of your projects, not associated with a new role, is in fact in the community that you grew up with, adopting the health center.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about, that passion for service and where it comes from, because it comes from growing up in the community itself.
Yes.
Let's talk about the community. What was that community like growing up?
It was a community where everyone looked out for one another.
This is Robbins Hall, Manchester.
Robbins Hall, Manchester, yes. So our teachers molded us, our parents, oh my goodness. They were our first motivators because that's where discipline started at home. And as a matter of fact, in my days, children were everybody's children. That means if I would have gone down the street and I would have done something wrong, I was a good behaving child. Any parent could call you and say, come here, and they would scold you. And that was not meant to be bad. So as children, all of us, we were everybody's children.
There were a lot of you in your family as well, though.
Oh, yes. My parents
8th of 11th.
11, yes. But I found out something else, that after the fact, we have a sister.
Wow.
Stephanie. But we embrace her, yes.
Was it difficult growing up with, because you're 8th of 11, was it difficult growing up as the 8th of 11 children?
I would not say it was difficult, but it was just incumbent upon me to be the leader. So even though I was the 8th of the 11, I always saw myself as the leader, and I usually take the role to lead. So the pressure was there, not because I was asked to, but it was just automatic.
How much of this leadership was engendered really by your grandmother? Because she played such a sort of pivotal role in your early life.
Yeah, my grandmother, Miss Hannah Barnes. Now I learned so much of our dear heroine, Nanny. My grandmother was like Nanny. Mm-hmm. She instilled some values, and until to date, if I ever tend to go the wrong way, I feel as though my grandmother is looking at me. So she was a force to reckon with, but she had a lot of love and she taught us the right thing. We
What
had
was,
to do
what
the
was she
right
saying?
thing.
What was she doing?
Okay, first of all, I remember how she said, Rosemary, ladies, there's a big difference between a lady and being a woman. I remember she told me, you're born a woman because that's your gender. But to be a woman with class, integrity, behavior, that's a lady. Always remember her saying that.
So a pivotal role that she was playing in your life.
Yes.
Same time your parents were there as well.
Yes.
How were they helping to shape and mold you?
Oh my goodness. I was covered because my mother, she was a fine lady, taught us etiquette. And my dad, he was so big on education. My father, in my own opinion, Daddy was a genius. And I think I have probably 90% of Daddy's genes. Was jack of all trade and master of them all.
He just naturally did well at everything.
Daddy did everything. Butchering, tailoring, music, cooking, everything. He just mastered everything.
What were the kind of lessons that, what was he sharing, apart from what he was doing, in terms of saying to you to sort of shape your life?
Daddy taught me the eagle mentality. Mm-hmm. He always reminded me, and by the way, Daddy called me Rose Apple. He reminded me, eagles usually travel alone. And eagles love storm because when the storm appears, it allows them to go higher and to exhibit that buoyancy. And
He was saying this to you as a child?
yes, yes, yes. Maybe not in so much formal words, but the analogy that he gave resonates right now. And so I remember my father told me, Rose Apple, remember, eagles, they do not eat dead meat.
Yeah.
They get their own prey and they have their eyes fixed. So be that eagle. And I love this favorite phrase he said, do not watch the noise of the market. Don't listen to the noise of the market. Just watch the sale.
Look at what actually happens, what actually gets done.
Yes, yes.
I want to talk about how that influenced your own school life and how that, and about the transition out of Jamaica into the US, which is where you live right now.
Yes.
But we have to take a break on profile. My guest is the president of the Jamaica Diaspora Southern USA Association. She's a Jamaican-born and grown, board-certified healthcare provider specializing in psychiatric disorders and mental health in the US. It's Dr. Rosemary Adamson-Lewis, and we're back with you after these messages.